When Google first launched its redesigned Pixel phones on October 2021, these phones were received with a mix of reactions. Some loved them while others thought that they looked ugly. The camera bump was massive, and if you had asked me that time, it looked obnoxious. Fast forward to today, I really like the current designs since they are a break from the traditions of a normal smartphone. Pixel 6 was the most popular and most sought after since the price was so good for what it offered, and this meant that a lot of people were drawn towards it. 3 years later, has Google fixed all the issues that made the Pixel 6 a deal breaker, such as the most unreliable fingerprint to ever exist in a mid range smartphone? Before I answer that pressing question, let's talk specs in case some of you forgot what made the Pixel 6 a smartphone. This phone has glass both in front and at the back, which is really nice and a trend still not many mid-range phones want to emulate even today in 2024. The creme de la creme, which is the display in this phone, is a beautiful 90Hz HDR10 Plus AMOLED panel, such a mouthful, with great colors with a whopping 441 pixels per inch density. This is powered by a 5nm tensor chip, which draws power from the 4614 milliamps of battery. The fingerprint is an in-display and it's not good, since it's an optical fingerprint. And what do you expect from an optical fingerprint reader? Pixel 6 is still a good phone even today in 2024. I would recommend one to buy if you can be able to live with a bad fingerprint reader and a Tensor G3 chip. Tensor G3 is not a bad SoC, since this is just an Exynos chip that is overclocked. The Tensor G3 is made by Samsung. This is not the most powerful and falls behind the Snapdragon 888, which it was projected to rival when it was first released in 2021. On a daily basis, you won't notice the difference or even notice any lag, but occasionally the phone can get a little bit toasty. The strongholds for this phone are its cameras and the pure Android version. The 50 megapixels main camera can capture good looking photos when subjected to a good and enough lighting. I mean, the picture quality of the Pixel phone is unmatched, and the Pixel 6 doesn't come short when it comes to photography. You are able to record a good looking video for your social media. The camera can capture up to 4K at 30 frames per second, which is good but not as good as 60 frames per second. Of course, 60 frames per second will be great for cinematics. The 8 megapixels selfie camera also does the job when subjected to enough lighting. The pictures are good with a good dynamic range for a front-facing shooter. This phone shipped with Android 12 when it first hit the shelves. Today it's running Android 14, which is a good track record for the software update. Google promised 5 years of major software updates for the Pixel 6, which is mental. This means that this phone will receive up to Android 17, which is unbelievable. When you get this phone today, it will still be relevant even after 3 good years. This has surpassed Samsung, who offers 4 years of major software updates and 5 years of security updates. If you like this video, please subscribe because that will be monumental. Even if the support ends for major OS updates for Google Pixel 6, Google supports unlocking bootloader. With an open bootloader, you can install a custom ROM. One of the greatest custom ROM for Pixel phones is Graphene OS, which is very good. With Graphene OS, you can continue receiving software updates and security updates without any problem. This makes the Pixel 6 future-proof, as both security and major OS updates will be taken care of. Despite all the praises and not the praises, maybe, is this a good option today? First, this phone can be got cheaper, less than 200 US dollars. That is approximately 28,000 Kenyan shillings, which is a bargain if you asked me. This phone was over 500 USD when it was first announced. If you asked me, this is a way better option compared to budget phones which come with mediocre chips and will rarely get any major software updates, or maybe one if you are lucky. So, get this phone if you are on a budget and need a phone that has flagship design and features, and you won't regret it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Subscribe. Cheers.